Marketing. Where do you want me to start with this one? Um, well, yeah. So I've been doing marketing for, gosh, it's been about 30 something years now, and it's changed a lot, and it's got harder and harder. I think realistically, for startups and small businesses, it's become almost impossible to compete with bigger brands that are known in the marketplace, and to get visibility of your brand and to win your communities. It's really tough out there. I think the way to move your business forward is to make sure that you're absolutely clinical on what your customer value is, and what the audience is that you're trying to target, and set out your stall to be very forensic, and building your opportunity one success at a time. Build out the credentials that you've got, and setting that stall out. You need to make some decisions, but also you need real clarity as to what your business is and what makes it authentic, and what makes it different. Also, how do you stand out against the near competition that you've got? What makes you the best organization to get the job done better that your client has got? All of those things really suggest that it's not about just jumping into generating emails and social media posts. It's really about taking a step back and thinking about, why are we doing what we're doing? Who are we as an organization? Who is the target customer? Why will they buy from us? What is it about our proposition that stands out? And also, can we understand that kind of change of buying behavior we're trying to encourage? What are the pains and gains that we're bringing to that audience? And also, what are the anxieties and habits that they have today that are acting against that transformation? But more to the point, how do I get my customer value in front of the customer that's online? Because that's where they're going to be. We know that 83%, I think, Gartner quote, of the customer buying journey, it happens online, and only 17% of people want to talk to an actual salesperson nowadays. Back when I was a salesman, when I started, people wanted to see you because of your knowledge, but of course nowadays they've already got that knowledge before you step in the door. So really, they're asking more questions about something that they're pretty persuaded already to purchase by that time. And as an organization, that means if you're selling into the modern marketplace, the digital marketplace, you have a global competition. It's not just on your doorstep. It's literally global. Your brand has got to stand out globally. And what you've got to be able to do is to persuade people that you can get them, to help them to do their job better than the other guy, the other company. And the best way of doing that is to be absolutely clear what your customer value is and the job that you're solving. All of this is really difficult for companies that are starting up or have just built their products out, because they really don't have the capacity, the potentially the expertise, the time to go through all of that process, to understand all of that. And that's really where we come in with Tomlin and Co. Because really what we're doing is we're asking people to take a small step back, but a very quick step back, to do an intervention that's going to help them to get the answers that they need to build a platform for growth. And what I mean by that is setting out a strategy that leads to a marketing plan that's coherent, that leads to a go-to-market plan that includes the messaging that you need to get across to your audience, that includes a clarity of purpose, of authenticity, of audience targeting. That means you're going to get the best out of any marketing spend that you have. What we're also looking at, I call these things lead buckets, but which are the channels that are going to generate the leads for you? Whether it's events, whether it's webinars, whether it's guides, articles, training materials. What customer value can you present to your customer that's really going to be persuasive online? It really helps if you have what I call instant start value, that instantly a customer can get what your value is and start to use it. But that isn't always the case. It's not always an option for advisory firms, for companies that have to understand details about their customer before they can put a quote forward. So you don't always get that in technology and in commerce. And so it's important really to work out that customer journey and work out how do we do that in the best way for our organization. And one of the conversations we sponsor, we want people to have, is to think about their what we call the gift reward strategy. How are you going to gift content and value to your audience online that they're really going to see some value from, which is going to persuade them to click on that call to action button or whatever mechanism you're using. But then there's a second phase to this, isn't there? Because if you don't actually act on that gift, if you don't give them a reward to get in contact with you, all you've really done is given some stuff away, and anybody could do that. So it's important to really think through the conversational path that you're gonna have with your clients, and you're gonna work out for each of those steps, what's the best outcome, what's the best way of doing this, and what's the best way to bring value, and how do we concentrate on the small things that are really going to help a customer to journey through this in a painless way and really want to do business with us by the time we get to the end of that journey. So, organizing your conversational paths, organizing your lead buckets, thinking about your gift reward strategy, formalizing your proposition. All of these things are thought processes. They're decisions that need to be made before you press the button and start looking for agencies.